Hello, fellow builders, and welcome back to the bench. Mediocre Modeler here again, and I just got off of a pretty good Batman kick. I mean, I finished the '89 Batman, and it came out really well. And while I was doing that, I was also working on some Batmobiles. So I just got done building that Batmobile, which is a whole nother subject. And then this one's almost done. But in the process, I ran across this guy. Where does he get those wonderful toys? So this is the alternate head off of I do believe a Billiken Joker. It came with the brim hat, or it came with the beret, and that kit sadly was lost in the theft, whatever, of the storage locker, and but the head was somewhere else, and I would have always had this, but I was like, what am I gonna do with it? And I had an idea, and so what I was thinking about doing is because it's still a good sculpt. I I wanted to make this into like a Joker card. So using the head as the Joker portion of it, design a Joker card around it. And that would give me an opportunity to hone my skills in Fusion 360 a little bit. So that's what this is. I'm just going to try and design a card to display the head, and it'll just be a nice little shelf display. So let's see what we can get done. Okay, so first thing we got to do after we clear out our mess, got to kind of figure out where we are as far as, okay, I want his face to be level because his neck is at an angle. So I had to first figure out what makes his face look like I'm looking straight at it. And that's at 120 degree. I think it's like yeah, that's better. Yeah. So that's 20 degree. Yeah. Like from 90. So it's at 110. So there you go. So that's going to be that's that. Okay. Just a regular 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and I did it in half. I thought maybe something like that. That still seems a little bit big because I'm trying to think of on the shelf space as well. Just for giggles, we're going to do 4 by 6. Just to give ourselves some options. I like the 4 by 6. Trying to decide whether I want it to say like Joker, or Joker. Seems simple. Okay. Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that. Okay, I'm going to walk you through this. Now, this is a culmination of several hours worth of work. I'm sure if I knew exactly what I was doing, I could have probably done this in a third of the time, but I'm teaching myself. Started with the pedestal, a cube with the angle I need to get the head at the right degree. Jump ahead to rounding the corners off. I put a hole in it at the proper angle, so the head will sit down in there. Now for the card part. Let's see, let's go out here. So I've got the basic card, look kind of like a picture frame, and the face of that is where the Joker logos and the head will be poking out through here. Wanted to create a box around the back end of it. So this is where I was really struggling. I needed to create the box on the back side, so I had to pull it through, and then I had to create a recess in there, and then also I wanted everything lined up with this front face, so I wanted to be flat on the front face, so with the Joker head kind of sticking out of it. So this is what we ended up with. Now granted, this isn't all smoothed and pretty with the other bits of it gone, but now comes the detail work of rounding the corners and putting the details on there where it says Joker, and printing it up, seeing if this is exactly what I want it to be. But we're going to call this step 1 done. And 9 hours later, look what we got. I did have a few minor issues. So this and this are supposed to be parallel. You can see a little bit of an arch there. And I think the reason that happened was when I was going in and smoothing my corners. What's it called? It's not a chamfer, a fillet. Fillet? I think the computer math did a little bit of something there. And then right across the bottom, right there, you can see there's a crease. I don't know what, actually, I do know what happened. In the transition from trying to make these outer edges, the I had to sand that down because the layers weren't sitting quite right. So it might have gotten off or maybe skipped a layer or something. So I end up with that crease. Not so much that I want to go and reprint the whole dang thing. As it is, I had to decide whether I want my letters to project out or have them recessed, and I decided projecting out was the way to go. And you can still see the print lines. If I had gone with the recess, then I could have sanded it down. It's not a big deal. This is basically just a holder for the Joker head. So that's where we're going to do our real... All this does is just say, hey, look, there's a Joker head in here. And it looks like a Joker card. So now it's time to get some paint on this guy and get rolling. We're going to keep it simple. We're going to do white. The Jokers will probably be in black. I haven't decided whether those are going to be in black or red or green or whatever. But like the Haas, I was thinking maybe a green H and a red A. I might try that maybe on one or two of them just to break it up, see how it goes. But we're really going to keep this simple because, like I said, the main focus is really on Joker's head. So let's move on to that. I'm starting with the Jokers, and I'm painting them in black. So there's one on the top corner and the bottom corner. It's the largest portion of the verbiage, so I wanted to really take my time because I didn't want any bleed over of the black onto the white. So I'm trying to just keep the paint on the very top surface of each letter. I get a phone call from my son saying, hey, I'm stopping at Sonic and getting some ice cream. What do you guys want? Well, I wanted a cookies and cream blast. Father, I asked for your forgiveness. I got cookie dough instead. I don't know where he gets this from. Luckily, I like cookie dough too. Needless to say, it was break time because, yeah, I do like my ice cream. So, break time it is. The model building gene did rub off, and he found himself a model. It's a Metal Gear Solid Rex. He really likes that game. So, model kit you don't normally see around here, and he just had to snag it. Back to painting. I had started painting the Haas on the face, and I decided to do like I said. I did a couple in red, two in green and red, and also one in green. I think the combination of all those really fits. So off to the paint booth to dry it off, and then we're going to clear coat it. So after a clear coat. I taped it back up to paint the inside of the thing black, and we're gonna just peel off the tape and see how we did. I'm hoping I didn't have a whole lot of paint bleed, but there you go. Look at that. Look at that. That looks pretty dang good. That looks pretty dang good. I'm happy with that. Yeah. So now all we got to do is paint the Joker head. Won't bore you with that. I'll just knock that out. We'll pop it in and we'll call this one done. For you, it's a split second. It'll probably take me about an hour to get the other thing done, but I guess I won't get it done until I get started. So let me get started. That is pretty awesome. Now, I probably should go back in, tape it off, and go and paint the back completely black. From a design perspective, I think it's good. There are a couple of things that I probably would change. I feel like I've got a little bit too much space up here, but I could go in with I could hand paint some haws in there. If there was more room, I could probably put one of the quotes, like, when do they get a load of me? Or, this town needs an Emma. Something like that. I probably, if I were going to design this again, I would probably make this projected back a little bit, because the back of the beret is hitting the back of the display, and it's a little bit narrow. I would probably try and move it over a little bit to make it more symmetrical on either side. But for what it is, I think it came out rather grand. Well, believe it or not, that makes the very last build of 2023. 2023 has been an interesting year. Model-wise, build-wise, it's been fantastic. And all I can say is thanks for being here. For those of you who have been here for a while, for you that are new, thanks for joining. I hope I can live up to the... For me to subscribe to someone, I mean, I have to really want to follow that person. What they're doing is very interesting, and for me to continue to watch. And I hope I live up to that for you. 2024 will be, we're just going to say it. We're going to manifest it. It's going to be a great year. So, for the end of 2023 and welcoming in 2024, have fun, be safe, have a happy New Year's Eve, and go build something.
pew 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 pew.